Hello, Awifians. Good morning. Hello. Good morning to you all, or good evening, wherever you may be in the world. I hope you are
Hello,
well.
Awifians.
Okay.
Good morning.
I hope you're well. I hope you are having a great start to the week. Please come join me. Come join me for this new topic at Kaffeeklatsch with Lilian Moeller. Thank you so much for joining me. I see we have already a live viewer. Thank you so much. Please share this live stream with your family and friends. Let's give people time to come join us. Let's talk about something which is relevant. How are we going to work from home this week? It's not only affecting Europe, America, Australia, it's official. African businesses are closing down and people are working from home. So please take the time. Come sit with me. Grab a cup of coffee or tea because we have to talk. How are we going to survive? How are we going to manage? How are we going to do all of this? Take care of our kids and still run our businesses from home. So yeah, it's a challenge for us all. Times are challenging, but business must go on. Businesses must continue to provide. So sit down with me, share this live stream, and let me just give you an intro of who we are, just in case you do not know who we are at this point. Yes, thank you so much for joining me. I see many of you online. Please do not forget that we are also live streaming on YouTube. Go there and have a look, comment, because this is how we get to reach more people. Please share this live stream with others so they can get the information. We are talking today about tips on teleworking. I would like to know from you where you are watching this live stream from. Are you in Germany, Switzerland, Ivory Coast, Cameroon, Nigeria, Ghana? Where are you? Are you in Asia? Are you in America? Please let us know. Are you affected by this, or do you have to go to work? If you are affected by this, how are you going to arrange your week? For us here in Europe, it's already the second week. And believe me, many of us are seeing the impact of homeschooling, running businesses, trying to keep the house at peace. So come sit with me. Let's talk about how you are going to telework during quarantine time. Today is the first day of this conversation, and we shall be covering not only business tips on this channel, we also cover day-to-day tips on how we women, how we African women, or women in general, how we can survive during these difficult times. If this is the very first time you're watching me live, my name is Lilian Moeller. I am the founder and CEO of the African Women's Economic and Entrepreneurship Forum, the place where we challenge the status quo for economic advancement of women in Africa. Today's tip for you that I believe is so important to ponder upon is we have to separate work life from home life. We have to make the difference. We have to make time for these two things. Work life is work life, and home life is home life. For those of you with kids, please sit them down and explain to them. They all know what's going on. They all know because schools are closed, and they know that mommy and daddy has to educate them at home. They have to stay at home. But also mommy and daddy have to work. You really have to sit your family down, have a family meeting to talk about this. You need to separate time for your work and time for your family. In the coming days, I will be doing this live stream both in English and in French. So today it's Monday. I'm doing this tip in English. Tomorrow I'm going to do it in French because the French community has been neglected for a very long time. And I feel so sorry and so bad, but I cannot do everything on my own, so forgive me. How are you going to separate your work life from your home life? How are you going to divide the task that you have to carry out? For those of you with spouse, it's easier. For those of you with nannies who stay home with you, it's easier. For those of you who have families staying home with you, it's easier because then you can then delegate certain things for them to do. But those of you who are single parents with no family around, it's much more complicated. And if you have children, it's much more complicated. Well, those who do not also have children, it's complicated because, life without people around you is no life. This is a time when depression will go up. This is a time when people will get bored. This is a time when people become really sick because they are on their own. So I acknowledge you. I acknowledge the difficulties that you may be going through. So please remember, whatever your situation is, remember, we are all in this together. It is a collective problem that we hope will soon be history. So take your time. Think about how you want to organize your life, how you want to run your business from home. Do you have the intention of starting a home office? But for those who have to work, who have to do telework, who has to run that business because that's the only option they have, my first tip for you today is to separate those two things: your life, your personal life, and your work life. There are strategies that you can use to do this. And as we navigate through this situation, we'll get better in understanding our own selves during this situation. So please share this live stream out because it's going to help many people. It's going to help many people to understand that it's a difficult situation we all are in today, but it's not going to be forever. We can share information, we can share situations, we can share, ideas and tips. So do not give up. Do not give up. But start today to think of how you want to separate your family life with your work life. Those two things go hand in hand in this situation, but they must be separated. There must be respect for the times that you put out there for your work and your clients or your employer. And there's also time that you put for your family. Those two things are the most valuable things in your life, so you must give it the best. And when you say it's work time is work time. When it's family time is family time. You cannot keep going, checking your phone all the time, it's going to be difficult and it's going to create conflict in your life. So please try and understand that this situation might last for longer, but your family life is what holds you. It's what holds you. So give it your best. If you're struggling with this, you can always message me. You can always send, direct message to me or right here on Facebook so we can give you some tips. Or just to call to talk to somebody and say, oh my gosh, this is heavy on me. How do I manage this? How do I do this? We're all new to this. Of course, some people have been teleworking for a long time, but when you did that, your kids were at school. So it's very different. And those of you who homeschool, that's something different because you were homeschooling. You made that decision to homeschool. Other parents also made decision to work from home to avoid traffic and cost or whatever. But now this is being imposed on us all. It's been imposed on us all. So do your best. We are all doing our best. There is no wrong or right. Do what you can when you can. Do what you can. But please, whatever you do, make sure it's the right thing. Make sure it sits with you and that tomorrow you will not regret. That tomorrow you don't regret. And also, make your family understand this is business. It brings in money to keep the house running. We've got to respect the situation. We've got to respect each other. The best you can do is now and today. And also to communicate. Communicate with those around you. Communicate with your loved ones. Call friends who are in this. Just to talk. Sometimes just to talk brings down the pressure. You are not alone. So there are many people experiencing the same difficulties as you. There are many people. So don't go start fighting each other. Don't go start fighting with your spouse or with your children. It's going to be hard. Everybody has to put in what they have to put in. But you can do this. You can do this. If you need to talk, message me. There's WhatsApp. It's free. And make sure you have good internet connection. That's also part of the deal. Make sure you have good internet connection. You need it. I'm going to check all my bills now for internet, make sure everything is paid, that in case we are completely quarantined, I don't run out of internet. Because this morning already I was having problems. There's so many people going online. So the connection is so slow. And I was like, oh my God, my live stream is going to be a failure today. But thank God everything fell in place. And here we are. So I hope to continue with this. Share with me some of your struggles. Share with me, because when you share, other women as well learn from that mistake. Just like I said, make sure you have good internet connection. Share with us on this platform. We are here to learn and share our ideas. So I hope you found some value in this short live stream. Leave me a comment and also be sure to subscribe. Subscribe to our channel, like our page. We're on Facebook, we're on YouTube, we're on LinkedIn, but we are mostly live streaming on Facebook and YouTube. So go there, like our page, leave us a comment. We'll appreciate that. And as always, remember that you are the star that makes the difference. Africa needs you. This is the time. If we have to uplift that continent, this is the time. This is the decade. You and I have that responsibility to that continent and to us as humans. We have to up-level our game. How do we want to live this world? In which condition? At what level? It's our responsibility to make a difference right now. So let's help each other. Let's educate each other. Let's learn from each other. Let's share ideas that will make a difference. Thank you so much for your time. I will be with you again tomorrow at 7 a.m. and at 9 p.m. because we have a double live stream tomorrow. I will do Kaffeeklatsch with Lilian in the morning. And in the evening, I'm going to have an interview to talk about self-care. Yes, self-care is so vital. As you telework, as we all stay in quarantine, you need to have a mental balance. If not, everything will go down the drain. We don't wish that for you. We don't wish that for ourselves. So please join us tomorrow live at 7 a.m. and at 9 p.m. Thank you so much. Do take care of yourself and make sure you separate work life from family life. Those two things are vital, but if you do not take time to separate them, you are going to have big trouble. I'm going to have big trouble. This is not what we're looking for. Thank you so much.